All right, sir. Excellent. So we will start. With Our Excellency the Governor of Ebonyi.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. Good afternoon, my brother's pressmen. Virtual FAAC NEC meeting. The issue of progress achievements on railway infrastructure was presented by Honorable Minister of Transport, His Excellency Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi. And this where the presentation, Council was informed on how rail development was stalled in the 60s until 1986, when the federal government of Nigeria commenced the construction of 326 kilometer standard gauge, which is 1,435 meter rail lines phase 1 from Etakbe in Ajokute to Warri. Furthermore, rail infrastructure development halted until the present administration under President Buhari came on board and brought to reality the rail modernization plan of the federal government of Nigeria by commencing the implementation of the 1,367 kilometer Lagos-Kano railway lines. The outcome of the present government intervention includes they completed and made operational the 186 kilometer Abuja-Kaduna, which was started by President Jonathan, and which is standard gauge rail lines, is fully in operation now. Mr. President Buhari completed it and is engaged now. Under this administration too, there is commencement of 185.5 kilometer Lagos-Ibadan new double standard gauge rail lines, which is in progress now, and it commenced in 2016, and it is almost in completion. The present administration also completed and made operational 302 kilometer Etakbe Ajokute to Warri standard gauge rail lines, and connected Apapa ports by rail, while that of Warri port has been concessioned. The program for rail, rail line infrastructure in Nigeria is a 25-year, strategic vision. And under this vision, federal government, in its determination to revive and modernize the railway system in line with the 25-year strategic vision, adopted a systematic dual approach. This entails the rehabilitation of the existing narrow gauge lines simultaneously with the development of standard gauge lines. The Ministry of Transport and the National Railway Corporation is rigorously following the strategic vision in developing its short and medium-term plans. But there are challenges in this 25-year strategic plan, and the challenges include, of course, financing, inadequate funding, operational challenges, insufficient locomotives, coaches, and wagons, leading to congestion, obsolete machineries over the years and the workshops equipment, access to only 2 seaports unknown to airports, lack of capacity to recover encroached premises and rental debt from government organizations. Security is also part of it, which includes porosity of rail corridors and the level crossings, vulnerability of outdoor signaling and telecommunication installations to vandalism. Of course, there is also legal and legislative impediments. The Railway Act of 1955 does not encourage public-private partnership, unfortunately. Council welcomed the presentation and look forward to further collaboration with the federal government on this beautiful venture. That's the notification of Council.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Senator Hadi Serika made a presentation in his capacity as the Federal Minister for Aviation. The minister who is saddled with the Federal Minister of Aviation's policies and the federal government's policy responsibility on the management of aviation gave the following mandates: conclude the concessioning of Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano, and Port Harcourt International Airport, Port Harcourt. The concessioning are ongoing at the moment, and it was also mandated to implement plans for effective maintenance and use of all airport facilities across the country, and also to ensure the establishment of a national carrier airline. The ministry is also mandated to actively collaborate with the private sector to create a large number of well-paying jobs for Nigerian youths, especially within the aviation industry, and implementing a strategy to realize Mr. President's June 12 promise to take 100 million Nigerians out of poverty over the next 10 years. Key performance indicators, as indicated, are the prioritization of the concession of the 4 international airports, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Kano. Implement a plan for effective maintenance and optimal use of all airports across the country. Ensure and facilitate the establishment of the national carrier. And the active collaboration with the private sector to create a large number of private paying jobs for Nigerian youths. Council resolution, the minister should be made to make copies of the presentation available to all council members. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And gentlemen of the press, I briefed the National Economic Council today on the outcome of the town hall meeting, which we held on the 8th of April in Kaduna. The theme of that town hall meeting is actually setting benchmarks for enhanced national security and national unity. What prompted largely the need for this particular town hall meeting as a brief council is the fact that, yes, we've had various security challenges in the country, ranging from herdsmen, farmers' clashes, to insurgency, to banditry, to ethno-religious crisis. But it appeared recently that these challenges, and which the government has been doing its best to overcome, have been triggering calls for secession and calls for separation. So we felt it was time that we come together and try and get a national consensus on the need to remain one indivisible country. This is what prompted the town hall meeting which took place on the 8th of April. I also briefed the council on the uniqueness of this particular town hall meeting, that for the first time, because you will recall we've held about 18 town hall meetings overall. But this one was unique in the sense that it's the first town hall meeting which we held, and in which panelists were actually drawn from the academia, from civil society, and also from the private sector, so that the government can be fully briefed and as to the thinking of the various strata of society on the issue of national security and national, unity. I briefed them, of course, of who the panelists were. We had the lead discussant, Professor Jibril Ibrahim, who is actually a senior fellow of the Center for Democracy and Development. We had as discussants, Mrs. Ibukwa Woshika, Professor Chudi Wazuruke, Professor Egafona, and also Professor Nuru Saka. And they did, in our view, they did a very good job, because we told them from the beginning that town hall meeting is not meant to be a talk shop. Rather, it should be a town hall meeting where we can develop implementable resolutions on how to secure Nigeria on the one hand and keep it together on the other hand. And this was precisely what was done. And we promised that we were going to share the outcome of this meeting with all the relevant chairs of government and stakeholders. I'm glad that it's one of the reasons why what we did today was part of this consultation and sharing the outcome of the meeting, the outcome of the meeting with the National Economic Council. I gave the council I informed them of the main resolutions of the town hall meeting. One, that there was a consensus at the town hall meeting on the primacy of law and order in any human society. There was a consensus also that while restructuring is okay, a call for separation or secession is not okay, and that Nigeria stands to gain more by exploring exploiting its diversity rather than otherwise. As a matter of fact, one of the high points of the lecture was a quotation from Professor Adi Ajayi that it would take more energy to break up Nigeria than to fix it. And as such, we should try everything possible to make Nigeria work. It was also resolved that the judiciary should be decentralized and that the National Assembly should help in this area, that the judiciary should be decentralized and should be reformed. It was also the consensus at that town hall meeting that the military should be expanded in number and be given the necessary equipment, the necessary technology to fight, to combat the emerging security challenges, not just the military, the police and other security agencies. It was also, resolved at that town hall meeting that as of today, the animal husbandry we practice today is not sustainable on the long term. That, on the contrary, we need to build more ranches, more grazing reserves, which we need to, equip with modern technology, so that the transhumans, which is always a reason for conflict between farmers and herdsmen, would be reduced to a minimum. It was also agreed that the states should be, that state police should be established, and that National Assembly and state houses of assembly should support this move. Another resolution was that the role that our traditional rulers used to play in the maintenance of law and order, security in their various domains should be returned back to them if we actually want, peace and unity. if you want security and unity. Also, it was the consensus at the meeting that every tier of government, federal, state, and local government, must ensure that every child of school age is given free and compulsory primary education. And that is because of this multitude of children out of school. This is why it is easy for the bandits and Boko Haram and Co to actually have a easy recruit. I think another resolution which I brought to the attention of the NEC today is that it was the consensus of the meeting also that local government should be granted autonomy. That if it not grant them autonomy, we will not be able to, there will be lack of governance, there will be a lot of ungoverned areas in the state, in the various states. And it was also resolved that traditional rulers and religious leaders should please be encouraged to abide by section, I think it's Article 15(3)(c) of the Constitution, which actually promotes intermarriage and intermarriage among faith and among the various tribes of Nigeria. It was also agreed that it was also discussed that we should promote and nationalize elite consensus in our political culture in building strong democratic system in the country. Participants were both virtual and physical. We had about 8 ministers. We had all service chiefs in person. All service chiefs in person were there. The governor of Kaduna State was there. The governor of Zamfara State representatives. So also the governor of Ekiti. We had 8 ministers. We had the traditional rulers. We had bishops. We had representatives of Pandev, those of Mieti Allah, and all the stakeholders. The resolution, the council resolution today is that as follows: NEC welcome the report and strongly affirm the unity of Nigeria, emphasizing that staying as one country remains the best option, while noting the need to address the problems of agitation, which is sometimes fueled by security agencies. While noting the need to address the problems of agitation, which is sometimes, fueled by individuals, Council noted that the agitation like this are common with countries with huge and diverse population like our own. As a matter of fact, we were told that a country like India has over 156 active separatist and secessionist groups, but it is important not to allow the minority to hijack the mainstream of opinion and cow constitutional authority. Our council also directed states to hold consultations and dialogue on the issues and report back by the next meeting of council so that a firm position will be taken on the recommendation of the town hall, many of which were already welcome. It was resolved that state-by-state consultation will ensure that people have a great stake on the unity of Nigeria, and when this is followed by, there'll be wider, we'll be able to gather a much wider view of the general populace. These are the council NEC resolutions as of today, in respect of my report on the town hall meeting. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Minister. And finally, council that there was no 60 billion CBN money printed for March FAAC. Haven't had presentations on the controversy generated regarding insinuations of alleged printing of 60 billion naira to augment MAC allocations, the Council affirmed that there is no truth whatsoever in the claim. Today's meeting revealed the controversy and heard from the Finance Minister, the Nigerian Governors Forum, as represented by the Ekiti State Governor and the CBN Governor. Both the Minister and the CBN Governor stated categorically to the Council that the allegation of the printing of money to augment allocation is outrightly false. The NGF also supported the conclusion, and NEC affirmed same as the highest constitutional body tasked with economic affairs in the country. Thank you, gentlemen of the press. There will be no further questions. Thank you, Excellency and Honorable Minister.